am Shane.
I'm Kelsey, and this is Dixie, and we're Love Hut for Life. Guys, our 34th week of full-time travel in our truck bed tiny house has been undoubtedly the coolest thing that we've ever done. This entire week has just been filled with the most incredible sights we've ever seen.
That's an impressive statement, seeing we are on day 242.
Yep, 23 states in, and this week has been the coolest, undoubtedly. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments, and hit that like and subscribe button.
We left y'all last week in Mack, Colorado, and we were headed to another one of my bucket list destinations. You guessed it, another place with rocks, Moab. Arches, Moab is something I've been staring at pictures of on the internet for years, and I was ecstatic to finally get to see it.
From the moment that we entered this absolutely magical region, we knew that the adventure that laid before us this week was going to be one like we had never seen before.
Did you know that antelope don't care about your existence? Neither did I. Apparently they don't. We parked here because we found a back road into Arches.
Not only had we found an awesome place to park for the night, we were just outside of Arches and had actually found a BLM road that leads straight into it.
Our first stop was Skyline Arch. It is proof that these arches are changing, some slowly, some dramatically. A large boulder dropped out of this one in 1940 and almost doubled the size of it.
Our next stop was the aptly named Sand Dune Arch. Due to erosion, it was basically like a beach. Hard for me to get up, but I was pretty excited when I made it to the top.
And Dixie was excited when we made it back down to the bottom. This incredible area took 65 million years to make it what we know it as today. With over 2,000 arches spanning through the park, they are ever changing, and the most recent one was in 2008 when it collapsed.
Driving through here, it's hard not to think about just how powerful this water can be. Small recesses develop and grow bigger with each storm. Little by little, this process turns fractured rock layers into fins and fins into arches.
This region is so incredible that there's another national park within driving distance of here. Why not go to 2 in one day?
Canyonlands National Park was just as epically beautiful in its own unique way. Dixie sure enjoyed herself.
Canyonlands is formed the same way as Arches, but this place is massive, 337,000 acres massive. We only saw one of the 4 areas, and it was just a portion driving through. This place you could get lost in.
We were running low on daylight, so it was time to leave the park. But we were pleasantly surprised to find out that unlike in most regions where there's national parks, the beauty did not decrease when we left that land. We found ourselves in Monticello, where both of us agree we found our favorite camping spot ever. 232 days in, and this one is number 1 hands down.
I'm not gonna lie, me and Kelsey both judge a campsite and how awesome it is by the sunset, and you can see why this one's number 1.
We were sad to say goodbye the next morning, but we knew we had a lot of miles to cover. We had a state line to cross and yet another national park to see.
The Mesa Verde National Park was established in 1906 to preserve and interpret the archaeological heritage of the ancestral Pueblo people.
Despite battling forest fires on a regular basis, today the park protects nearly 5,000 known archaeological sites, including 600 cliff dwellings. Unfortunately, the trails to get up close to them were closed, but they were still pretty awesome to see from afar.
We did, however, get to see up close and personal some pit house dwellings.
And more cliff dwellings from afar.
As usual, we were racing the sunset, so we headed into the San Juan National Forest to see if we could find a home for the night.
I'd say we did all right. We found a spot right on top of the mountain and slept in the clouds for the night.
These roads always seem so much bumpier coming down than going up, but we were headed southeast, my favorite direction.
We stopped for lunch at Chimney Rock National Monument, but we couldn't stay for long because we had a lot of miles to cover that day.
We found ourselves at Sanchez Reservoir that night, but the next day we had a little buddy trying to come with us.
What is it, Dixie?
He eventually made his way out. We set the mood with a proper playlist and hit the road, heading south with a very excited Texan on board.
With our Texas country music station blaring, we were trying to prove George Strait wrong and get to Amarillo before sunset, not by morning. That meant blowing through Oklahoma, but hey, State 23.
If you don't know this about Texans, we're a very proud people. We even have our own pledge, which I had to say to the first Texas flag that I saw.
To the rancher that owns that flag, thanks for not shooting at our crazy asses.
It wasn't long before we found ourselves parked and overlooking Lake Meredith, just in time for one epic sunset.
The next morning, we hightailed it to the nearest Whataburger, and then 330 miles of Texas ranch land, oil fields, and the occasional wind farm until we got to the LBJ National Grasslands.
Set up camp in front of a spillway, watched the sun go down, and just enjoyed the sweet, sweet sounds of the South. The next morning, we were both pumped to just get outside and play for a little bit. With all of the incredible things and places that we've seen throughout our journeys, there's no doubt both of us are just happier when we're in southern woods.
We were in need of cell phone service, and we wanted to explore the LBJ a little more, so we headed down to Black Creek Reservoir for lunch.
We both agreed that we had covered enough miles this week and needed to slow down a little bit. So just around the corner, we found a nice little spot to set up camp for the night and relax for one more day in the LBJ.
I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. Make sure you hit that thumbs up as well as the subscribe button below if you did.
Yeah, guys, I know we were moving super quick this week, but that's because we're on our way to East Texas, where we're going to slow down for just a little bit.
It's time to fish.
It is. It is definitely time to fish and see a whole bunch of people who we love and who love us and are waiting for us to get there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, we always want to tell you how thankful we are for each and every one of you. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do so. We would love for you to join us on the road. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Bye, all.